Our first stop of the morning finds us on truly hallowed ground in France. This is the site of the American Military Cemetery overlooking Omaha Beach, which we're overlooking right now. This is a place of honor and solemnity, and we need to be aware of that. Here's just some of the thousands and thousands of American graves of brave servicemen who gave their all for liberty, for France, for England, and for ourselves. There are 4 women buried here. I'm not sure exactly where, but that's what they said in the museum. That was actually quite interesting in the visitor center. We saw a little film, and most of the stuff we already knew, but it's still interesting to be reminded of. This truly is hallowed and sacred ground for all Americans. In the middle of the graves is a chapel put up by the United States to honor her sons who gave their all for the liberation of France and for Europe. I couldn't have timed this any better with the bells going off at 12 o'clock. So here's the memorial to the Americans. I don't know what the statue is of, but we're here. Solemn place. We're down on Omaha Beach. It's a long beach. And that Point du Hoc down there where the cliffs are sticking out is where the Germans had their heavy guns. We're going to try to make it out that way next. We can't find it on the GPS in the car, so I think George's phone GPS has it. He's got this really sharp program that does not need Wi-Fi or Google to work. It just works off the GPS antennas. And it saved our hides a couple times on this trip. I'm really glad he got it. Here I am sitting on Omaha Beach in Normandy, France, where on June 6, 1944, waves of American servicemen gave their very lives for the liberation of France, Europe, and the defense of America. We're going to almost be done with a lot of this modern stuff here, and we'll move on to other interesting D-Day things here shortly, and tomorrow as well. Then we're going to Paris for 4 days, overnight in London to catch our very early flight, and then we're flying home. So the great adventure is about 3/4 of the way over. It's been outstanding, that's what I can really tell you. And we're going to get a little shot, one more shot of the beach. This piece of art means something, fraternity and liberty, and God only knows. It looked nothing like this in June of '44. Our next stop of the day finds us at Point du Hoc. That's H-O-C, not Hawk. H-A-W-K. Though it could mean the same thing, I don't know, I don't speak French. But these are the German defenses against the impending invasion. It took the Allies 4 years to get it together to invade France and overrun the Germans. Here's a German bunker that still survives somewhat after the attacks of June 1944. Our next stopping point to Hawk finds us on top of one of the artillery encasements. That pointed rock is a Ranger memorial to the U.S. Rangers who stormed ashore here and knocked these guns out. Not all the guns were here, some of them have been moved back into the hedgerow country. Some of the fortifications weren't finished yet. Just as suddenly there's nobody at the monument, and here you go. Oh, there's 1 million people here to see this even in the off season.